You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's Vegas, it's rock, it's dogs, it's Vegas Rock Dog Radio, a rock and roll show all about pets, people, and pop culture. Stand by for great guests and cool advice, all in one rockin' hour. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. That's 702-483-4444. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is the rock and roll queen of dogs, Sam.
Good morning, everyone. Today's going to be an unusual show. You're listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio with me, Sam, your host, the queen of rock and roll dogs. And we got some technical issues today. I'm going to blame it on the fireworks. A little bit on wind, rain, fireworks. We've got no AC going on in the studio today, so you're not going to hear any commercials. You're not going to hear any bumpers. It's just going to be us talking. So, here we go. So, this is how we're going to start the show today. This is so weird. It's just so weird. Okay, so here we go. So, I'm Sam, your host, and I'm the queen of rock and roll dogs. So before we get started, what I want to do is actually tell you how you're going to find the show today on the internet. Or if you're George Bush, you would say the internets. You would make that plural. So, here you go. The main website is VegasRockDogRadio.com. Ustream, and we are live. When I click the button, we'll be live. There you go. That helps. So we're live on Ustream, and you can hop over to Ustream.tv. There you go. Hi, everybody. This might be a better way to watch the show today. And the main profile is Vegas Rock Dog. The main show page is Vegas Rock Dog Radio. And you can see my guests in the studio. And we're going to do some introductions. We're definitely winging it today. It feels so weird without music, commercials, and all the good stuff. But we are live. So, Ustream, hop on over there. Give us a wave. You can communicate directly through Ustream with us. So we can answer some questions if you've got any. Facebook is Vegas Rock Dog Radio, and Twitter is Vegas Rock Dog Show. No W at the end because it wasn't available. I hate that when the name's not available. And the call-in number is 702-483-4444. That's 702 means you're in Vegas. And if you are calling in and you are in Vegas, you still have to dial the 702 now because we've got a new exchange. And so you're listening live, and we're going to be Instagramming some photos today. So if you love Instagram, it's Vegas Rock Dog. And if you want to pick up some rock and roll clothing for you and your dogs, you're going to go to VegasRockDog.com. There's a couple more. Hang on, we're nearly there. This is like half of the show gone. The blog is therockandrolldog.com. That's where we're doing giveaways, we're doing product reviews, and letting you know about events and happenings and research, you name it. It's going on the blog. And if you want to find me on Google+, which is kind of my new favorite social media platform. Good morning to my beautiful guests this morning. They are in Menopause The Musical. That's important to say.
And with the air this morning, it comes with having a hot flash.
I don't think we can have more things go wrong in a show than what we've already started off with today. So I want to introduce you to my guests. And let's say they are in Menopause The Musical. The show is about 4 women at a lingerie sale with nothing in common but a black lace bra and memory loss, hot flashes. It's very, what do they call it when you actually, it's like method acting right now, isn't it? Because it's like, it's really hot right now. We're really experiencing it. Night sweats, not enough sex, too much sex, and more. Menopause. And most of the fabulous songs are really...
Which parts? You can guess.
Most of the songs are re-lyricized. That is a new word for me. And to fit the theme of the show. So I want to welcome Vita Corimbi. I love your last name. And, well, it's different now, isn't it?
Well, not yet.
You're keeping it?
I changed it.
You're keeping it?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it Nad Drew, I think.
Yeah, I love a hyphenated name, yeah.
Well,
and then,
I have to because otherwise my initials will be VD.
That would not be good. That would not be good, would it? And I've also got Laura Lee O'Connell.
Hi.
Laura Lee O'Connell here in studio too. So, oh my God, it's just going to be fun today. We're going to sweat and wing our way through a show without all our commercials and stuff. So if any of my sponsors are listening, don't worry. We'll be crediting everybody for this show. So, Menopause The Musical. How long has it been going?
Almost 10 years.
Is it 10 years in Vegas?
Yes, almost 10 years in Las Vegas. We started at the Hilton, and they began getting it together 10 years ago this fall.
Now, it started with a band, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And how big was the band?
Just 3 pieces.
Wow, that's all it was.
Yeah, but it was great players, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Don Mioli, Jonathan Remen, Michael Dubé.
Oh, my gosh, you're picking up some names that I haven't heard in a
Oh,
little
they're
while,
great. They're
you know.
amazing. Yeah, but, you know, everything is about cost, and so the band had to go on.
They're always the first.
I know.
They're the stepchildren of any show.
At the Hilton, they were up in the ceiling practically. They had to take a ladder and go up in this hole up in the ceiling, and
No way.
it was so fun because we could watch them, and so they really did vary the tempo. That's the main
Yeah.
difference for us, besides the electricity of it or getting to communicate with them during a show was amazing.
That live aspect it's funny because you can take someone to a show who doesn't know anything about what live music is or musicians or understand, I think, the impact of that. But they will say to you, wow, it's so exciting. And you're like, yeah, because it's live musicians, you know. And I think that's, you know, they may not be able to put their finger on it, but there definitely is an excitement to that, you know. But like you say, money. Money, they're always the first to go, aren't they, those poor musicians?
When I lived in Kentucky, I remember a lot of really talented musicians had come out here to be a part of orchestras for the live shows.
Oh.
And then they eventually moved back to Kentucky. They found more work in Kentucky because here had given up so many of them.
I know. Do you think it'll ever come back? Vita, the big band stuff. And
I mean, I want to be positive and say yes, but I mean, when my mother was here in her heyday, you know, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, because she was a violinist in the showroom orchestras, you know, you'd have like John Davidson with 30 pieces behind him. I don't think that's ever going to come back. You know, I mean, few and far between when the act can afford it. But it's really, I think it's all about money, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, your mum was a concert master for Elvis.
She was Elvis's violinist. Yeah, actually, I just heard Elvis radio and was thinking about my mom, and then a solo that she played on My Way came on the radio on Sirius.
Oh, and you know that's my favorite song.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of weird. It's like that Dear Abby picking the pennies up stories that she always talks about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was neat.
So you grew up here, yes?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you've seen it all, Vita.
Yeah.
She's seen it.
Oh. But I'm just talking about
Marley, if
entertainment.
I want your opinion, I'll give it to you.
Thanks. Right.
Just kidding.
I'm very submissive with Vita.
No, she's my bud. She's my mate.
She's my mate. Oh, yeah, because you do a good English accent. I know that much. Well, you know, it would be nice, I think, if it really came back. But who has recently done something with a prosthetic face thing?
Oh, Bob Anderson.
And I guess that was a fabulous concert.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't see it. I wish I could have, but it was a lot. I mean, I think he spent a lot of his own money, and it was in the 6 figures.
Whoa.
From what I've heard. So it's not cheap
No.
to negotiate something like that. You know, when you're dealing with not only the musicians but the stagehands and all the people that make everything work in a show. It's not just like us, the actors. It's just not 4 women on stage. We've got a crew, we've got a director, we've got a stage manager, we've got a company manager, we've got our producers.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot of people to make anything happen
Yeah.
on any level.
Yeah.
So
I don't think people realize, you know, the cost of that. You know, it's just...
I don't think they do. No. And so when you go and buy a ticket to like Book of Mormon or something for $80 or $100, you're like, oh my God, it's so expensive. But how many people are on stage that you're paying their salary so they can go home and feed their families?
Exactly. Exactly. And like you say, the crews are massive.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a small payroll by no means, you know. And I think everybody tries to do it on a shoestring, but it's kind of impossible, really, you know what I mean? Because you still need those key people.
And we're union, so you can't really do it on a shoestring.
Yeah.
Which, that's good because it protects the crew people.
Well, this is it, you know. I mean, I wish the musicians' union was a little stronger. It's a bit pointless, really. I'll say it. Well, it's not like it was back in the day, was it?
No.
You know, when it had its heyday and, you know, musicians were playing in more than one big band and, you know.
Well, and you get to hear about it firsthand, what's going on, so.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, shut up! Well, I mean, the music scene's changed a lot from when we moved here. And we've been here, I think, 16 years. I try not to keep track anyway. But we moved from Nashville. There was a lot of good playing work there, a lot. And not just, it wasn't country. People think it's country out there.
Vita used to live there, too.
Did you?
Yeah, I love Nashville.
What part of town did you live in?
Right in downtown on
No
First Avenue.
way. We lived in Bellevue.
And my good friends Chandler and Richard live in Bellevue.
No
Yeah, right on
way.
Hickory.
Now, when we were living there, Frankie Moreno lived there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he lived there too. And I am now friends with a lady that helped him. He was in Nashville that we became friends with and moved here. And well, actually, Jim brought a show into town. It was her show, but he helped negotiate the contracts and everything with the union. And then what happened was, she just said one day, she was here, she said, you know, there was this really good-looking kid I used to mentor and help out, and his name was Frankie Moreno. And I said, friend of ours, let's go and see him, but let's not tell him you're in the audience. And it was years later, and then she, you know, he clapped eyes on her, he couldn't believe it, you know, so
wow.
It's a small world, isn't it?
Yeah,
but,
it is.
You know, there are some aspects of Nashville I really, really miss. I mean, like, really miss. Like, I just think I think the level of professionalism is very different there than it is here. Where, like, you know, Jim would say, if you went on a gig and you weren't prepared, you didn't look right, you had a bad attitude, you were not getting called back again. You know, he said everybody were very buttoned up. And, you know, they would say, oh, hey, Jim, you're my 5th call alto sax player. You know, I mean, the number was bigger when we first moved to town, and then it started getting smaller, which was good, meant you're getting near the top. But they had that system of doing that, you know. And everybody shared work. You know, if you couldn't do it, if you call so-and-so, you know, so it was I think it's very different here. It's very much dog eat dog here, don't you say?
Yeah.
Considering it's a dog show, we may as well get that little little phrase in there.
Is it, I don't know if this is true or it's just the generation I am, but it seems like people are more here in their end of their careers versus the beginning.
It does feel that way.
It seems like when they're young, they would go to someplace like Nashville.
Yes.
And really, and they have the devotion. Whereas
Yes.
it seems like,
I mean, there's people you see in Nashville that they were starting out, but, you know, they just made their way. They take the steps, get to the top, da-da-da-da. I mean, people that we used to see. What was that saloon place that was downtown?
Tootsie's?
Oh, God, not Tootsie's. Was another one.
The big one on Broadway?
Big one, yeah.
Oh, that's where One Trick Pony, I think, got their start.
Yeah, a lot of
the house band.
Yeah, a lot of them would be down there playing and stuff, and, you know, they were new, unknown, blah, 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 and now they are big country artists. You know, it was almost like a school. Do you know what I mean? Of, okay, you come here,
blue. What was that? Blue something cafe?
Was that blue?
That
That was a
Yeah.
I did that one time. Oof,
You did?
I was like this close to the person performing. I felt like I was on stage with them. It was so tight in there. But yeah, you saw people kind of. It was almost like a formula. You know, you came to Nashville, you did this, blah, 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 and you just saw these people get to where they were going. But yeah, Vegas definitely feels that way. Vegas feels very much. Yeah, a bit of a last stop sometimes, isn't it, for some people?
You know, well, especially, I mean, it seems like it's great if you're a novelty act.
Oh,
If
it's a
you're
perfect
novelty
town.
Act, there could not be a better place to come than Vegas.
It is the perfect
If you can
town.
do the hula hoop and have a dog on top of your head and, you know, and have diamonds on your toes and have ping pong balls come out of some place, then
You are fitting in.
Of work.
Yeah, if you feel like you don't fit in where you are in another city doing that kind of
Yeah.
thing, move to
Come
Vegas.
to
You'll just
Vegas.
feel totally normal.
I think the proper PC term is variety.
Variety.
Instead of novelty.
Yeah, I mean, I like novelty personally, but I think now they like to. It's just like, you know,
Variety.
you're a tribute artist when you do, like, you know, Dolly Parton or something.
Right.
They used to call it something else.
Right.
Impersonations.
Impersonations.
Now you're a tribute
Or sometimes
artist.
they say, I'm just the essence of Elvis.
Oh, right,
If
right.
they don't look quite
Oh, yeah.
sound or look
Yeah,
like
that's
them.
what-
My
we
show
have
is
a
the
friend who does
essence
that.
of.
Yeah. Then you don't have to fool with the look.
You don't have to mess
Right.
around. You have to get plastic surgery like that to look like the celebrity. Well, listen, Chris, can we take some commercial breaks? We're going to try some commercial breaks. Let's see how we go. You're listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio. Me, Sam, your host, the queen of rock and roll dogs, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome. Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
It's dinner time in America, where more pet parents trust PetSmart for natural and expert-recommended foods than any place else. And now, we've added more than 100 new varieties to our already wide selection of your favorite brands, like Simply Nourish, Authority, Wellness, Science Diet, and more. Do what's best for your pet. At PetSmart, happiness in store.
Go to PetsmartDeal.com to find out this week's coupon code and save up to 30% on food, treats, toys, and more. And get free shipping on orders of $49. Go to PetsmartDeal.com. PetsmartDeal.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Vegas Rock Dog Radio continues. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. Now, here again, your host, Sam.
Good morning, and we're back. You're listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio with me, Sam, your host, the queen of rock and roll dogs, and we've got everything going wrong in the studio today, but bit by bit, it's all coming right. We've got no AC, our computers crashed, we didn't have commercials, we didn't have bumpers. What else went on? The good news is we have Vita Corimbi, and we have Laura Lee O'Connell. There we go, in studio. And they're in the musical called Menopause. And it's not a show just for women, though, is it? And I think that's what puts people off. It is a show for... the husbands, I think, get a big kick out of it.
They do, and then they can totally relate to what their wives are going through.
I think a lot of men think that they're going to see the vagina model. Right. And speak of be political, and there's going to be like
rah, rah, rah.
Rah, rah, and things thrown in the audience and stuff, you know. And it's not like that. It's a celebration. The writer was so smart. She wrote it and just wanted it to be a party and something positive, not where women are complaining
or pretending it's not happening.
Right. So even though she never brings up what menopause is really actually about, the main symptom.
Right.
That's never brought up, but it's still, you know, she makes it a party.
So what's your favorite songs out the show to sing?
The disco song is my favorite to dance to.
Yeah, it's a spoof on Staying Alive and night
sweating.
Yeah.
Not Night Fever.
No, wait, Night Fever. It's Night Sweating.
Right. Yeah, I think the show builds, which I really, really like, you know, and then you get to a point where you just like laugh non-stop all the way through it, because I think it takes people a couple of songs to, click what it is. Oh, yeah, they're not going to talk about actual menopause, you know what I mean?
To feel comfortable with it.
And I like the fact that there's 4 very distinct characters. Now, have you played different characters, or do you stick with the same characters? So you've played different ones?
Well, Vita plays both the Power Woman and the Earth Mother.
I saw the Earth Mother. You're very good at
well,
that.
she's been...
I'm actually Power tonight.
Oh, are you?
Tonight, if you all come and buy tickets, you'll get to see her as the Power Woman, where she wears a corporate suit, but by the end, she lets it all hang out. And I mean, she's got some stuff to hang.
So who are you playing tonight?
Laura Lee started off as the Earth Mother,
the
hippie, which I play, and now she's the Iowa housewife, and she is the paradigm of all the people in the company around the world. She is it.
She is it.
Yeah.
As I say, it was many years ago that I saw you at the Hilton, and then I just saw you recently at the Luxor. So what did they do? Is it Luxor.com? Or is there a specific website for tickets for Menopause?
MenopauseTheMusical.com.
Oh, there you go.
But you can get them locally through
the hotel.
Through the hotel.
Yeah, it's really, you know, all these links are going to come up on my Facebook page, so they'll be easy for you to access. And I definitely encourage you to go and see the show. It's really funny. And I say, when you don't know what it is, I think that's what's even better about it, because you leave and you go, oh my God, that's such a good show, you know. And I like the fans that you...
Hot Flash fans.
Who do you donate to?
ovarian cancer research.
You see, and I love that part of the show too, because the giving back part of it is really, really important. So let's talk about animals. I think they need a dog in the show. I think they need
the first rule of showbiz is never to share a stage with a kid or an animal, right? You know, because that's what people are going to watch.
I'll have to be an agent for my dogs. Let me tell you. Mind you, I don't think any of them would perform very nicely.
How's the new one?
Mr. Twix is funnier than heck. He's a very floppy dog.
You got to show Laura Lee a picture. This dog is so cute.
He's a very floppy dog.
They found him in the desert.
Yeah.
Mr. Twig.
Like this morning, no kidding, I'm sat at the dining room table. He jumped straight off the floor onto the dining room table. I'm like, can you get off the table, please? I am trying to do...
That's impressive.
Yeah, and he's got little legs, but he can jump up. But he lived in the desert, and we saved him. And he has the best eyelashes you've ever seen on a dog ever in your life. And I'm going to try and find you a picture here.
Our stage manager, somebody found a little mutt in the desert too, in California, and he adopted it, and he calls it Trooper for a theater troupe, and now it sits on a little stool and it directs his senior citizen theater group. It's so cute. It went from the desert to a director. You know, it's so sweet.
I always say that Mr. Twix went from rags to rock and roll. I mean, he really did.
Same thing.
This dog, I'm telling you, he's got an amazing life. But here you go. I'm going to show you a little picture of him here. Whoops. There you go. The most amazing eyelashes you've ever seen.
That was out in the desert.
I'm getting requests for people to meet him.
Look.
But here's the thing. Because he lived in the desert and he wasn't around people.
Yeah, by the camera.
There we go. There we go. And because he wasn't around people, he's not great with people. It takes him a long time to get to know people and spend time. So the eyelashes are very deceiving because he's very cute, and then they want to meet him, and I say, you know what, let him come to you, don't come to him, and everybody always comes to him, and he wants to snap at them. So
he's just scared.
He's just scared.
He's used to biting like scorpions.
This is it, and eating trash and drinking from the bubblers underneath plants.
You know.
Don't even get me on the snakes. There was a snake in my house about a month ago, and guess who was wanting to play with it? Him. He was jumping around.
Used to it.
Oh, that was horrible. That was so scary. We ended up at the vet because we think he got bitten by the snake. It was about this long. It was I forgot what Jim said it was, but he said it was venomous. The back teeth were very, very venomous on this particular snake. I'm not kidding. He's jumping around, watching TV. I'm like, what's he jumping at? I look around. He's got a snake. I can't believe but I get flashbacks to that snake. I'm a bit traumatized.
We had them in our house too. I lived out at Red Rock, and there were two that came out from underneath the oven.
Oh no!
And they were like 6 feet long.
No!
Yes. I locked myself in the bedroom. I had a neighbor come.
I had them all. I pulled the dogs in the bedroom, and then all they do is pace up and down, going, "Oh my god!" by myself. "Oh my god! Oh my, this is a nightmare. Why did this happen to me? This is a nightmare. Why is she not picking up?" He's in the middle of a show. Of course, he's not picking up. I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm texting, "Snake! There's a snake! A snake in the house."
Did you call animal control?
No, it was really late.
What'd you do?
God. So what I did was I kind of sat there like on watch. I thought, well, I put him in the bedroom, and when I came back, it was gone. I thought, oh, it's in the house. I know it's in the house. I'm freaking out like a nutcase. And Jim downplays everything. How big was it? It's probably like 18 inches long, maybe a bit longer than that. Really? He did this whole really thing. He came home. He took all his clothes off, except his boxer shorts that had a big angry bird on the front of it. Bare feet. Who catches snakes in that kind of attire? I mean, I had put my boots on, so I don't want it to bite my legs. But no, he takes his clothes off, and he had some barbecue tongs in a plastic box. And he was like, nothing here, nothing here. And then he was like, oh my God, snake! And he went, oh, it's huge. I was like, I know, it's
Maybe he thought his boxer shorts would scare the snake or something.
That? And then he went over to the park when he caught it, and he was saying he was upset because I didn't have a lid to this plastic box. I had a cardboard lid. Doesn't matter, just put it in there. And he's like, no, I need the plastic lid, as he's holding it with tongs. I'm like, no, just put a lid on it. What's wrong with you? I'm freaking out. So he decides he's going to take it to we're not going to kill it, we're going to take it to the park at midnight in your Angry Bird shorts with your flip-flops on, tongs and a box. And then he didn't come back for ages, and I thought, he's been arrested. because that is random. It's so random. Midnight. When he told me actually where he'd gone in the park, I thought he was just going to cross the street. No, he'd gone to the very back of the park where the railroad tracks are.
That's
this
funny.
That was sweet.
Oh,
That's Jimmy.
but it was funny though. It was all like cool until he saw it. And then he was like, oh, it's a snake. It was horrible. And then we got in bed and Mr. Twix was licking the base of his tail, and I went to have a look, and he tried to bite me. And Jim tried to have a look, and he tried to bite Jim, and I thought, he's hurt. So we put a cone on him so he didn't bite us, and off we went to the vet. So this was like 2 a.m. It was ridiculous. Although they couldn't find anything, they had to give him some painkillers, because he was in pain. But
he was in pain?
Yeah, he's a very fluffy dog.
They gave him some painkillers.
They did. And he's a very fluffy
Even
dog.
though they didn't find anything, they gave him some painkillers.
Because he wanted to rip our faces off for touching his tail. But because he's got a lot of hair, we couldn't see down to the skin. Even they had a tough time to even really see. But he still has a little bit of a bump there. So I think he did get bitten. Or it was some crazy coincidence. That's all
but
I'm
didn't
say.
you? I think Jim told me that you guys had to like have him shaved or something. He was so matted.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a mess. Like feces all in his fur when we found him. His face was so overgrown. I had no idea he had these eyelashes and he had this beautiful little face. And his nails were long. He had worms. He had ear infections. They were all bleeding.
Were you the ones who found him?
Well, my neighbours were chasing him. They'd been chasing him for 4 hours. And then they called and said, can you come and help us? And we said, well, we're not home, but we'll drive up. So we ran for another 2 hours. So 6 hours, we only ran a small court and they caught him. But not till we saved him did we know the story. The park keeper, who we know, was like, oh, people have been trying to catch that dog for months, but no one could catch him, and animal control had been down there. The park guy says, we always try to catch him, but we couldn't. And some lady who just felt bad for him would go down every week and try and find him. Yeah. So the story.
Did you say, but I'm Vegas Rock Dog?
Yeah, I'm Vegas Rock Dog, and I ran around in high heels for 2 hours, and I just earned that dog.
Yeah, wow.
So what, do you have one? So how many dogs do you have?
2 dogs.
And what are they, a breed?
One is a Newfoundland mixed with a border collie.
You're kidding.
And so she loves to round people up,
Right.
Keep everybody. She's a protector and beautiful, and that's her main goal.
Does she get in the pool?
No, not really.
Oh.
But she just loves to circle people and round
Keep
people
everybody
up
together.
and protect.
Oh.
And then the other one is a terrier rescue dog from a grocery store parking lot.
Oh.
And but she just wants to run free, and the other one wants to protect her. So there's conflict sometimes. But
Now you've got cat. What would you call your dogs, by the way?
Oh, Loki is the big one.
Oh.
My 13-year-old named him, and Douglas is the little one.
Oh my gosh, I love that name, Douglas.
So they're so sweet.
That's cute. Now tell us about your cats, Vita.
Yeah, Vita.
Oh, they're
Vita's such an
awful
animal
cats.
lover.
They're awful cats.
Vita,
I'll
if you've
show you a
ever
picture.
wanted a friend who's an animal lover, it's Vita. She loves everything that's living.
The cat's fabulous. Oh my god.
That's Charmer. He's a ragdoll is the breed, and they're the biggest breed of cat.
So how much does Ragdoll
He's
weigh?
about 20 pounds, 23, 24 pounds.
That's bigger than my Jack
Yeah,
Russell.
he's huge.
That is fantastic.
He's my football player cat, and then I have Lucy, and she's like a tortoise shell. And her name actually, these are my mom's cats because my mom died a year ago, April.
Oh, so you took your mom's cat.
Yeah, and I had a
Oh.
cat, but Charmer, the big one, he hated my cat, and they got into a fight, and she got an abscess and died. Unfortunately, that was my daughter's cat.
Oh, I think I remember
Yeah,
that.
so he's a big bully, but he's also very charming, and he's very territorial, and he just decided that he was going to take over my house. So Charmer, he did, and then Lucy, my mom's cat, which stood for LUC, Little Ugly Cat, because she thought it was the ugliest cat she ever saw. And she always used to say, God, that cat's homely, but it's all heart. And then the other one is Pinky, and he was the twin of rescue that I got from this couple who were leaving town, and they had these 2 little kittens, and I felt sorry for them, and they couldn't take the cats with them, so I went and got them. And his brother just disappeared. I think he found a new home. And then Pinky, he stayed with my mom, and now we have him, and he's just the sweetest little thing ever. And when you pet him, he bites your fingers and stuff. Yeah, so I'm between I'm between dogs. I have a god dog, but I'm into my cats right now. That's enough poop to clean up.
Oh, let me tell you. Aren't you glad though that we live in the desert and it's dry?
Yeah, and I have a cat.
And crispy.
It's dry.
And crispy.
Oh, that's true.
It's easy
Do you
to pick
know
up.
that now people have that for a job? People go and they will clean up your yard and like a month's worth of poop.
It's a cracking business, and my friend owns one in town, and it's called Poop 911.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a cracking business.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
telling you now.
Because the poop cracks.
It does in this heat.
I
I'm
know.
telling you, I don't know how they do
What
it
a
where it
crappy
rains.
job. But I'm
No, I know. But isn't that's neat? I think, what a miracle.
And if you don't want to do it and you don't have the time, hello, I mean, it's just the perfect.
Yeah.
But it's the perfect service
Yeah,
for
but
you.
I mean, come on, pooper
See, Vita,
scoopers are
then
amazing.
that way you don't have an excuse of why you couldn't have a dog.
Yeah, but I'm leaving on Wednesday for my honeymoon, and I couldn't be doing that if I had a dog.
Where?
Except I could be watching it.
The imaginary dog. She could be sitting it next week.
Right. You
Well-
got enough dogs. You got enough dogs and 3 sons. That's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And a visiting mother. You got a lot on your plate.
Yeah. I try to talk her into getting a dog, though. It's my favorite hobby.
So what breed do you think she should get? If she was to have a breed.
I have a favorite
She
breed.
says that she likes a little poo-foo dog.
I like Samoyeds. That's my favorite.
Oh, you do?
Oh, what,
Yeah.
what kind of dog?
Samoyeds.
Those big
the big
Samoyeds
white
she
ones. The
sang.
big white husky fluffy ones.
But I
Those are my
think she
favorite.
would get one like Frankie Marino would have, like that style.
A Pomeranian. Yeah, a Pomeranian.
That she'd put bows on and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Where is your honeymoon going to be?
In Hawaii.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, I enjoyed the wedding. You know what I loved about your wedding? Your music that you chose for your wedding. Oh, your processional. Processional.
Well,
and
I had
songs.
great singers too. I had, 2 of the best singers in town, Tony Torres and Larry Otello, doing my solos, which were awesome.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was you. And I think that's really important, is your wedding is you. So, and I love the whole steampunk. Oh my God, Randy had it down, I'm telling you. Kilt, I love it. And in a kilt.
Yeah,
Oh.
me too. I know. Me too.
I think Laura Lee was trying to lift it all night.
And the best man wore a kilt.
Did you lift their kilts?
And
see
they're
what was
both
under?
postal carriers.
Postal.
Postal.
But they didn't go postal, didn't they?
No, but they carried their package.
High five.
That was a
Nice.
good one. That was
Nice,
a good
Laura
one.
Lee.
Oh, well, listen, on that note, I think we should probably take another commercial break, Chris, if we can pull him. I think we're online and we're all working. That's all good. So listen, we're going to be right back. We're going to listen to a few words from our sponsors. You're listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio with me, Sam, your host, the queen of rock and roll dogs, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
I'm not much of a reader, but I do wish I were more well-read.
There are so many great books coming out. I wish I could find a way to keep up.
Audible.com makes it easy to stay well informed and catch up on your reading simply by listening. Audiobooks from Audible turn downtime into uptime. You'll be more productive and become well read.
Now I'm able to catch up on all the great books I've been wanting to read.
With Audible, I feel smarter.
Pet Life Radio listeners, try Audible.com now and get your first 30 days of Audible Listener Gold membership plan free. And get a free audiobook. Choose from over 100,000 titles. To get this great deal, go to audibledeals.com. That's audibledeals.com.
Hi, this is Jody Miller-Young from Bark & Swagger. Tune in for everything pet fashion and more. From fashion tips and runway trends, products and designs I love, to fabulous home decor for your furry friend, you'll find it all here. Be the first to discover the new. So what are you waiting for? Find me on Pet Life Radio. And remember, when fierce fashion calls, Bark & Swagger.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Vegas Rock Dog Radio continues. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. Now, here again, your host, Sam.
Okay, so it looks like our system crashed again. Oh my goodness. Anyway, did you have no coffee, Vita?
He's wandering around somewhere, left his phone in the mountains, so I can't even text him. Yeah.
You know what?
The guy said he has long hair, ponytail, 2 coffees. I go, that's him. he's nowhere to be found.
So for anyone that's listening in right now, we're having some technical issues, and but it's certainly a lot of fun in the studio today. I've got Vita Corimbi and I have got Laura Lee O'Connell in the studio.
Me too.
You know what? Charlotte Ruche is where I got this top from.
Boy, that would be so easy to make.
$20.
Look at that. Oh, you could make this for like two.
Yeah, but would you?
Yes, I'm taking a sewing class, Missy.
Oh, you really?
Yes, that's
she's
one
a
thing I
newlywed.
want to learn how to do is
You
sew.
know.
What? What are you bitter about
And you're
now?
joining the gym, and
I'm already part of the gym.
I know. Yeah.
They've known each other a long time and very well.
To call her a domestic goddess is funny.
I know. I never even took home ec in school. I took woodshop instead.
I have a funny story. Right. Vita, one night I called her and she said she was going to be making dinner for the family.
Right.
And so I called her and I'm like, and she's like, hello. I said, Vita, hi, what do you do? I'm making dinner for everybody. And she goes, Randy! I hate when they don't answer me. Randy! Like that, and you can hear pots and pans just going, and then she hangs up. And so the next day I see her at work because we're in cast together every day, and I say, hey, how'd that dinner turn out? And she goes, delish.
There he is. Here he comes to save the day.
Randy, I was just talking about you.
Pull up a chair. Come and join us.
Give me creamer in this.
You see, this is what happens. They just got married. I mean,
They just got married. That's why he's treating her so sweet.
Yeah, he's carrying the coffee.
Come look and you'll be on the interweb.
Yeah, come and say hi.
I always treat her sweet.
Here, you sit down for a minute and you can interview the newlyweds.
Come on up, Randy. You're good.
Yeah, you can talk about your dog.
Yeah, talk about your dog.
So have you had to be like the Brady Bunch with animals? Is that what you've had to be?
Well, yeah, because when we first got together, Randy had he was between dogs too. Used to have dogs. What was that little min? What, did you have
You had a min pin?
I had a min pin.
Yeah.
What was his name? Harley.
Harley.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I wouldn't expect it any less.
Slowest little dog on the planet. It could make more noise than anything.
Fantastic. So do you have a dog now?
No.
No, we don't have a dog right now. He had a cat also, Smokey.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and he was old, bless his heart.
Aww.
And he died last year. He was what, like 15?
Yeah, I was 15, 16
Yeah,
years
He
old.
lived a long time.
Yeah, and the cat.
And then that bully one.
Well, actually, no. Charmer was very nice to Smokey. He was very respectful of his elder. Yeah. Thanks for the coffee, love. Yeah, so we'd love to get a dog, but Randy keeps saying he doesn't want to clean up more poop.
You're blaming Randy.
Yeah,
now
but
that you're married,
Randy,
you're going to
we're
blame
saying
him for everything.
He drives
That's her
hard in the
favorite thing.
desert. It's
Yeah.
not that hard to deal
Yeah,
with.
she got rid of a housekeeper, and she told me, she said, yeah, the husband said that, you can't have it. I'm like, oh, yeah. Now she's going to start saying that the husband doesn't want to.
Good cop, bad cop going on right now.
Sure, our daughter would love, my daughter, his stepdaughter, she would love a dog desperately. But you know how hard it is for her to clean up the cat box?
You know what?
Or the bunny when she had the bunny. The bunny was left on top of the washer. It was a mess.
Laura Lee, you're hilarious.
This is more like how not to be a pet owner show. What not to do.
I feed them. They're lucky to be alive.
We take care of them.
I'm just teasing.
She's just teasing. She's just using humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, I needed this laugh. I tell you something, because I had 5 hours of fireworks that went off last night. It started at 8 p.m. and it was still going at 1 a.m. And so I'm exhausted, but this is like the best medicine I could have had today.
Do you live in a sketchy neighborhood?
It felt like a very sketchy neighborhood. It did, honestly. It was those illegal ones, those illegal fireworks.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I'm like, why make them illegal if everybody gets to use them that day?
Yeah.
Are you not going to enforce it? Like, really?
We didn't even buy any.
And it's not even that. They don't use them just that day. They use them for the next week.
Yes, they do. And I know this much because I called 311 last year because it was a week before July the 4th. It wasn't me. Imagine this accent gives you away sometimes. Yeah. And I said to them, the fireworks going off and it's not July the 4th. They said, they can do fireworks a week prior to July the 4th as well. But we're going to hear a bunch of them tonight for 5 hours. My dogs were under the bed, tried to distract him, give him
My dogs liked it. It didn't bother them at all. I opened up the window, they sat with me, and I kept on saying, it's okay, it's pretty, and they liked it.
I have a great dog story, actually, about, my friend Christy Copeland? She's another performer in town. She works next to your husband.
I know she does.
You're talking
Okay, well, Christy had a great dog named Cruella.
Oh.
And so she was a rescue dog, and for years and years and years and years, and they didn't know when she was born. They rescued her. But this dog loved 4th of July, loved fireworks, used to try to eat them. When we would put up in the cul-de-sac, we'd light our own. The dog would go after and try to eat every firework she could. So we told the kids that her birthday was 4th of July. True story about Cruella.
And she loved that day.
Yeah. So and she died recently, and Christy is taking care of all these other animals, and she's like, why did Cruella have to die? She was my favorite. So
do you know what? You miss them as much as you love them, and that's a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's just equal to how much you love them, so it's always really difficult when they go.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I was telling...
Yeah.
They are.
They're children.
And except in a way, they're better than children. I mean, I better not say that.
I know,
out loud.
that's true.
But all I'm saying is the unconditional love, just between you and your dog. Like for me with a dog, the unconditional love that they just look at you and they never get tired of you. No. They never get tired of the same stories. One time somebody told me, they said, I wish you acted more like a dog, but you act more like a cat. And see, they wanted me to be like this to them. And be around I love you all the time instead of just being aloof like the cat.
Mysterious.
And they're always so glad to see that you came back.
Yeah. Even if they just want to put the trash out.
I know. It's just
wow, you actually came back. Wow.
They are just the nicest thing.
They are. Yeah,
I love dogs. They taste like chicken.
Vita. She toured too long in Sri Lanka.
You know what? Forget menopause. These two need their own show.
I know, right?
You need your own radio show. That's all I'm saying.
I was just telling my mom this morning that I'd like one where I do Romance for the Lovelorn. And hillbilly yenta.
Say that again.
Romance for the Lovelorn. And I could be like a hillbilly yenta, and I could fix people up, and they could call, and I'd make sure they were nice.
I think it's a great idea.
Right?
I think you should do it.
They're together.
Your Roz to your Fraser, okay? And I'll screen them as they call.
Vito screen them because I'm kind of, she's a little more realistic, and I'm a softie. I'm weak as a kitten, and she's strong like bull. It's a big difference.
She goes, these two are together. Like it's possible.
Yeah.
Like it's possible. Yeah, like they got together, see?
Yeah,
it
right.
was.
So
They
things can happen.
Oh, boy, if you heard how they met.
Oh, God, Laura Lee.
Right?
What was your favorite part of your wedding?
The ceremony.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, really lovely.
And I love the fact that we did an inclusion of my daughter.
I thought it was beautiful.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That he said, I'm not here to replace your dad. I'm just here to be like a father figure and be there when you need a shoulder to cry on.
I thought it was amazing. And I thought was the funniest part when she said, I know you think I hate you, but it's actually quite the opposite. I thought that was a gift for you.
No, and then
that day.
she said, I hope this is her last marriage.
Oh, that's right. She said that.
I didn't hear her say that.
Yeah,
toast.
during her toast, she said that. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. But I think that was quite a gift for you, Randy, to hear that she thinks you're cool. Because it can't be easy when you're bringing families together. Can't be easy when you bring animals together.
It's not and it's not the 1950s. Randy is a vibrant man. He has tattoos on his arms that are sexy, and he wore a kilt, and he has long hair, and he rides a motorcycle. I mean, he is a pretty hot man and has earrings and stuff. And so, it's not like the 50s, like she's married, like meeting the Brady's or my three sons. He's a modern day my three sons.
He is a very modern day one.
He's so stable, He just honestly, he's a rock. He's like my mom said, he's salt to the earth, and that's what any woman would want. That's salt to the earth.
That's,
it just comes in an amazing package. You can tell I'm a little envious. I'm single. I'm alone.
Well, we're gonna romance for the lovelorn. We're gonna get you hooked up, baby.
Seriously,
Yeah, see?
that would be a great show.
If I have that show, maybe
No, I
I
think
can
we
meet
should do
somebody.
Yeah, forget hooking other people up.
See, right, well, that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'll save the
if
good
I
ones
can
for
find
me.
somebody, anybody can.
yeah.
No, Randy's already raised 4 kids. His kids are grown and his parents are dead. He's perfect.
And he's so sweet because Randy, he says he accepted her just the way she is. You know, how many people really, truthfully, especially when we come at this age, we have baggage, we have different things that are going on. We're not like when we were 20, you know, and so he didn't try to change her an ounce. Even though I do every day.
That's her job.
Yeah, that's my job, a best friend. But he doesn't try to change her. And the way they met, really, she was performing for Killian's Angels. Right. She performs in that all women, but sometimes one man, Irish band. And he came and saw her perform.
Was that it?
And so she was glowing, you know, and it wasn't from Menopause The Musical, right? And so,
no, she wasn't glowing that night. She didn't give me the time of day that night.
Yeah. Oh, she played all that game.
No, I didn't play a game.
Oh, you just went buffet.
No.
But
I thought he was homely.
Don't say that.
No, but look at him. He's gorgeous.
I know he's gorgeous.
Right? But
and
you know,
all of us.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was exactly, Randith. It was bad lighting. Exactly.
It was bad lighting. Yeah. Maybe that bad lighting is good lighting.
Yeah, it's good atmospheric lighting.
Yeah. We grew on each other like a growing fungus.
Honestly, he brings out a side of her that I've never seen in her. Because you see me imitate her, you know, she's all like that. And so, like, for all of a sudden, for her to be the soft side, you know, it took Randy.
She wanted to take sewing classes. I mean,
tell me about it.
It wasn't cheap, and I want to make my own clothes. Not because I want to be domestic, please.
She's lost weight and wants to make a wrap skirt.
Yeah.
Hey, I have to tell you this. I love the shepherd's pie at the wedding.
I know. Jim told me that you loved it.
I literally was like, oh, shepherd's pie, there's shepherd's pie.
I know, and it wasn't gluten-free for him, was it?
He ate it, though.
Oh, good.
He ate it,
Good.
let me tell you. The mashed potatoes really buttery. Oh, my God.
That whole gluten thing is just a fad.
He's much nicer when he's gluten-free.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's probably less gassy, too.
Yes. True. And he doesn't have anxiety. A lot of anxiety.
He's sleeping better.
It does. It really does affect anxiety.
Yeah, snoring's gone away.
Really?
Sleep apnea has gone away
From gluten.
Yeah. And it was it was one of those like, I've read a little bit. I'm wondering if you should just try and eliminate and see what happens. And within a week, he'd stop snoring. It was so bad, the snoring and the not breathing. I mean, I never slept because I was always like, shake, shake, shake.
I know, I do the same thing with
But you know,
Maybe
I think everybody has those.
And he had a lot of anxiety through eating gluten. You know, and you know, he'll break down, you know, and he'll have the shepherd's pie or the pizza, and he'll pay for it that very day. I've got anxiety already.
Well, what happens when he goes back and sees his Italian family? How can he not eat pasta and bread and wine and all that other stuff?
Well, it's hard, and they don't understand it. They don't understand the whole gluten thing anyway because they're Italian and that's all they eat.
Well, I had gluten-free pasta at the wedding just for him.
Oh, he ate everything when he was there.
Okay.
Yes,
well, we made sure there was gluten-free pasta.
That was so nice of you.
Do they make gluten-free wine?
I don't think wine has gluten.
Because you said...
I know, I didn't know.
I think they make a gluten-free beer.
What do I know? I don't know. You sound smart.
Anything with wheat in it pretty much is where your gluten is
coming from, yeah.
What is gluten?
Inside of wheat products.
It's a protein in the wheat. But so beer you probably have to find a gluten-free beer.
Yeah.
But Jim's not a beer drinker, so I guess he's fine, you know.
Because you look at it, most of your gluten stuff is all crackers and pasta and things with wheat.
And even like say you would go to the smoothie place or the 5 minutes. Whoa, that time went fast. Even though you go to the smoothie place and hey, do you want a thing of protein powder in there? I'm going to be careful of that too because that can.
Whey,
as well. Mm-hmm. Well, listen, hang on. I got a little bit of homework I have to do, which is to tell people about an event that we've got coming up. This is my event. Big rock and roll golf tournament and social event.
Ooh, I want to go.
Me too.
August 9th, Spanish Trail Country Club. We've got a golf ticket and we've got a social ticket because not everybody golfs and most of my people don't golf. But we we're going to be doing this rock and roll golf tournament. Fantastic raffle, fantastic auction, and the social event will have entertainment as well. Everybody gets a swag bag that signs up. For the golfers, it's lunch, continental breakfast, and complimentary raffle ticket. And then for the social ticket, it is a swag bag. You get your lunch, get your entertainment. Got a raffle, auction, fun times, all for animal rescue. We're benefiting 4 rescues.
How much are the tickets?
Social ticket's $50. It's very underpriced, I think, but that's okay because we want to make sure we're successful. And the golf is $175. It's single ticket, but a team of 4 is $600 before August the 1st, and then it'll go up a little bit more after that. And we have to sell 144 golf tickets. We want to max out the whole course.
Nice.
Like I know anything about golf, but I know how to raise money. So
there you go.
That's all that really, really counts. And you can go to rockintherough.com. That's our website for the event. So it's going to be fun and
Rockin' the what?
Rockin' the Rough.
Rockintherough.com.
Yeah, .com. And you'll find all the information on there if you want to be a sponsor. Get hold of us. Lots and lots of options on that. And I want to say that my rescue of the week is Project Rescue in Chicago. And they are one of our benefiting rescues. My partner, Pam, that I'm doing the event with from Rocking for Rescues, that's where she got her dogs from. So they've always been close to her heart. She includes them on every event. Like I always include the Hot Diggity Dachshund Rescue in my event. And some people say, well, why are you benefiting breed specific? I'm like, I don't even have a dachshund. I'm just benefiting rescues. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So
that's wonderful.
So there's 4 organizations. I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, of course. And if you didn't hear a commercial today, don't worry, we will take care of you because of our technical difficulties. And let's close the show out by saying, remember, you can help a pet in need by either rescuing, adopting, donating, volunteering, or sharing their information. Rescue your next family member.
Vita.
Yeah, Vita.
Well, if you find a Samoyed, let me know.
Okay, I will look out for you. You know I will.
So Randy's rolling his eyes.
Replace the word shop with adopt always, and be kind to all animals. Oh.
And if you find a musician, let me know.
Honey, you want somebody sable.
Yeah, there are not many stable musicians around.
Well, except for yours.
Okay. Apart from mine, he's kind of not normal. He's not like a normal musician. How many seconds do we have left, Chris? We got 1 minute. I want to say a big thank you for coming to the studio today.
Thanks, Samantha.
Laughter is it's the best medicine, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
And I haven't had breakfast. You're not supposed to laugh before breakfast.
Oh, well.
So we're going to have to do something.
We're doing pretty.
Say a little bit.
I'd like to say a shout out to the Appalachian pet helpers. All those people who go because they have little animals there in Appalachia and they send them out all over the country. People volunteer to spread those animals out.
You must get me a link for that.
Okay,
We'll put that on the website.
Thank you.
I want you to make sure you grab your tickets and go and see Menopause the Musical at the Luxor Hotel. Trust me, you will have a good time. I want to thank you for listening in today. Thanks to Chris, our producer, who he's just had a lot of stress this morning trying to make that show happen. And today you've been listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio, where it's all about pets, people, pop culture. I'm your host, Sam, the queen of rock and roll dogs. And always remember, kiss your pets good morning and good night. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, love. Thank you.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.